I finally gathered courage, left my front door, and then threw myself back as a screaming person crashed onto the asphalt sidewalk, breaking their bones and tearing their flesh apart, before a boy with glasses, a chalk-white woman, and a muscular man fell too. But they didn't stay flattened on the ground for long, thanks to a phenomenon by which they could heal and stand up, like slack marionettes on suddenly tightened strings, fueled by the rush of an impact so singularly painful. It inspires divine technicolor visions in anyone who joins the building jumping craze. But I've still never jumped, despite being made to attend cadet camps dedicated to the character-building act of slamming into concrete at high speeds, before re-entering a world newly welcoming, though grown slightly gray. Thank you. I laughed fully and saw further than myself for the first time, with my eyes hanging dislodged at the ends of their optic nerves, dangling and bouncing against my cheeks, before I swung each one around my head, left or right, horizontally, but never up or down, like a failed game of paddleball, like tetherball with ropes attached to a pole grown sentient and self-aware. Because what else could I do with my eyes hanging dislodged at the ends of their optic nerves? So I let out a laugh, shook my face into a blur, and tried to see all at once in every direction around me. Thank you. A deep depression doesn't erase the world so much as it slowly suffocates the sun until you think you've gone blind and feel some kind of full amalgamation with the dark. Thank you. And so throughout all of history, it seemed kind of like it was easy to have less divisive politics, and the politics was basically just about taxes higher, taxes lower, import, export. Fine. That stuff wasn't dealing with people's right to exist or anything like that. So we shoved away all the difficult issues, and we kept shoving them under the rug, under the rug, under the rug, into the rug, until now, here we are. Gotta deal with it. And I wrote this poem about this, and it's called CenturyCon, and it's basically like a sci-fi convention where the centuries have booths, 20th, 19th, 18th, and here's how it goes. Booth 21, the last at the convention of centuries, markets crystal wares, the clearest ever cut, with the tagline, "The nightmares you bought on credit burst from the closet, and the bill is due." While the preceding booths, decorated with a faint, saintly decorum, advertised the clean air in lands unscarred by volcanic activity and the healing massage offered by a rumbling earth stretching to its limit. Thank you so much. You gotta come see me, it's all good. The dominatrix stopped, turned, and faced her fidgeting client before their first session, and while zipping up her mask, she asked which safe word he had selected. She said puke is popular for being pretty repulsive, while others choose curdled to conjure the scent of expired milk, and others yet use strudel to sink a sensual mood. But her client, confused, only asked why a simple no wouldn't suffice instead, stunning her into silence as she discarded her mask, shocked by a rare specimen of innocence, somehow still unscathed by twisted, weaponized words. Thank you. They said he felt too much, with too much sensitivity, that he'd only survive by transmuting epinephrine into Valium, and spectacle into routine. And after countless cycles of meditation and reflection, medication and talk therapy, he made the mistake of thinking that he'd finally mastered his heart rate after 3.5 hours of uninterrupted pornography. I think I've seen people post different things that, like, a strong man isn't necessarily aggressive or violent. It takes more strength in many cases to be still and to hold calmness. So kind of explain comes from there. Again, it's also obscenely short. So come on in. Show me the man who's mastered himself, who still sees reality as his own creation, Chance is a chant of the unworthy, and silence as approval from a rocking chair surrounded by eggshells, where, if left too long, he begins thinking that careful walking on eggshells is a beautiful dance. I said, show me, please. I'll wait. One winter day, my friend raised his arm, pointed at the field across the street, and said, that guy walking there looks like he just escaped from an LSD testing facility. I turned and also saw him walk across empty, windswept plains like a man on his own secret, obscure mission. A full, coarse beard and a military cap hid his beady black charcoal eyes. As he clicked the hammer into place on his celestial revolver made of silver, while in the pursuit of dreams, executing them when he captures their mystic throats beneath his boot, with a double tap to the heart and one shot to the mind, on cloud-dusted, half-seen, desolate highways of distant heaven. If he appears again, remember to say a prayer, make peace with your sins, and square yourself with the times you sold fear as the only morality to souls fallen into shock when the black planet rose in place of the sun. Because it'll mean he started down a road he won't be following back. Proving that no one loses their mind. They simply open the door to their skull and reveal the abandoned orphanage in the midst of haunted cities deep inside. Thank you so much.